Alright guys, we are back with part 2 of the Ultimate Dynasty Warriors content creator tier list. We did all of Wei. They have already been placed up on the tier list, and we're now starting with Shu. And with that being said, there ain't much else to go into. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're starting off with a banger, as one of the 5 Tiger of Generals is going to be stepping up, Mr. Ma Chao himself. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
Yeah, I don't feel any different with Ma Chao than probably almost everyone else. I think he's an awesome character, awesome moveset, awesome design, and so I think for me he goes in the A tier for sure.
He was probably my most played character in like the PS2 era, like 3 through 5. I wasn't expecting the hit to his character when Wang Yi debuted though, and even though all of that came to light, Ma Chao's still a S tier. For me, it does not matter how much war crimes Ma Chao commits, he's still dope.
Ma Chao never had a bad moveset in Dynasty Warriors, in my opinion. The justice thing, like he gets a little bit too superhero-like, but I would put him on A just because he's a really good character to play as.
I could never play with Ma Chao growing up. All of my friends, when it came to co-op split screen, always took Ma Chao. A little salty about that. Never really got a chance to play with them till a lot of the solo playthroughs. I'm putting Ma Chao in the S tier.
Splendid. You know what? I don't know how nice I was to him in my last tier list, but I'm going to actually put him, because I play with him so much, I'm going to put him at S. His moveset with the spears were always super fun. He was always super fun to even use on like horseback. Ma Chao is super cool. I always liked his presentation.
I'll put Ma Chao in B tier. I'm not that crazy about him. Like, he always been a spear user, which is definitely cool.
Oh, most of these scores are going to be high. I'm a big Shu fanboy from the beginning times of playing Dynasty Warrior, so all these character designs are more iconic. His armor looks great. Nothing bad to say about him. Let's put him in A.
Ma Chao is one of the best characters from this game. He is going straight to S tier. How can you not like this character, except for his history? But looks, weapon, personality, voice acting, he's got it all for me. And then overall, for the splendid Ma Chao, he's going to splendidly make it into the S tier column as well. He barely squeaks in, as he is towards the lower part of the S tier, but he still made it in as an S tier character. Next, moving over to his trusty and loyal cousin, Mr. Ma Dai. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
I think Ma Dai was a pretty good addition to the series. I think he's also had some pretty good movesets, pretty good design. I really like that they gave Ma Chao someone that he can kind of be buddy-buddy with. Of course, he's got his whole thing with Wei Yan. I would say towards the front of B tier.
His paintbrush moveset was super cool. Let's put Ma Dai at B. I like him.
Man, I wish they would have done so much better with him. I appreciate Ma Dai. I appreciate his endeavors during the Northern Campaign. I think that the paintbrush also is kind of mid. So I'm going to throw Ma Dai in the C tier.
He has a very unique moveset, like the paintbrush was really good. I feel like his character needs a little bit more exploration, but I do not like the fact that he has the twin axe. I'll put him on B.
Cool character, pretty cool designs. Wasn't super crazy with the brush though. He's probably going to be my first neutral one with C.
I was surprised that they gave him the twin axes and 9. You know, no worries and all that. And I like that about him. I guess like gameplay wise, I don't use him like that. I'll definitely put him at C tier.
I hated his design. So he's the one with the calligraphy pen, right? Ma Dai has nothing to do with anything scholarly at all. And he comes out here with a calligraphy pen as his weapon. He's a character that shows up every time, and I'm super confused. I'm gonna put him in F.
I think Ma Dai is one of the most underrated characters from the game, but for the most part, I like the character for his personality, his relationships, the role that he feels later on in the games. That's why for me, he's gonna land in the A tier. And then overall for the character was just shy of the higher tier. He's going to be among the highest of the C tier category, and that's all I have for him. Now, moving on to one of the originals from the Shu Kingdom, the big man himself, Mr. Zhang Fei. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
Zhang Fei definitely not my favorite character, especially with the addition of Xiahouji. I think he does always get great designs. Holistically as a character, I think he can go at the end of C tier.
Put him in low A tier. Even though he's super controversial, his moveset's still pretty fun to play, especially in the Shu story where they're like always underdogs trying to climb their way to the top. He's causing problems all the time, bringing them back down, making it interesting. So
he's one of the characters, like, regardless if you like or dislike him, you cannot have Dynasty Warriors without Zhang Fei. Moveset wise, he's decent. He's really good moveset. So I'll put him on A.
This is kind of an unpopular opinion, but I actually appreciated Zhang Fei. I didn't really know about much of his downfalls until kind of got onto the digital world. That's not going to deter my opinion. I apologize. But we're going to throw Zhang Fei up there in the B category.
Personality just always felt kind of annoying. His movesets, honestly, his DLC 9 move weapon, I think is super fun. His designs, for the most part, were hits as well. I'm gonna leave him at a C.
I don't like the fact that back in the day, like his walk, like running speed is so slow. But when he does his moves, it's like really good. I'll put Zhang Fei in B tier.
I think with the three brothers, or especially him and Guan Yu, like the way their design is so ingrained, especially as a Chinese person, like that's just the way he's supposed to look and the way he's supposed to behave. So I'll put him A.
I like Zhang Fei. I like the way he looks. I like his in-game personality. He's got a really good fighting style, and he's a fun character to play. So for me, he's going to land in the A column. And then overall, for Mr. Drunky himself, kind of towards the higher up of the tier, he's going to land in the B category. Moving over to his son, Mr. Zhang Bao, here's what everyone had to say about him.
I don't really think he personally stands out a lot for me, and so I'm gonna probably put him in D tier.
I was excited to play as him in Dynasty Warriors 8, but it was kind of underwhelming. He didn't really do much. He died kind of early. Let's put him in F tier.
I'm not crazy with his weapons. If you cut Zhang Bao from Dynasty Warriors, it wouldn't make any difference, so I'll put him on C.
Kind of curious to see if Koei would do something with him. I did appreciate his characters, especially in the earlier games. We're going to go ahead and put Zhang Bao in the C category.
So in 8, he gets at least a one little bonus point for it. In the English dub, he was voiced by my favorite voice actor. The flail sword, though, did not like. I think actually the weapon that he has in 9, I actually really like that weapon. His design's also really cool. I do like his personality a bit more, but I'd probably still say he's about C for me.
With the kids, like sometimes here and there it's a little empty character-wise, so I put D tier.
I feel like most of the kids I could do without got a little bloated, especially Guan Yu's kids. Let's put him in D.
Zhang Bao's an interesting character. I liked his look. The flail sword, even though it was underwhelming, I think it fits him. For me, he's just an average character, gonna land at the C category for me. Now, overall, for Mr. Zhang Bao, son of the monster himself, he's going to unfortunately fall down into the D category, and that's all I have for him. Next up, we've got the poster boy himself gracing us with his presence, Mr. Zhao Yun. This is what everyone had to say about him.
I like Zhao Yun well enough. You know, great designs, great movesets, really good character. I'd put him in the B tier.
Yeah, let's put him in S tier. I mean, you can't fault him. It's like you try to find something bad to say about him. You can't really say anything bad about him.
Put him on S. Zhao Yun is the John Cena of Dynasty Warriors. I feel like everything about Zhao Yun is just perfectly designed. His spear moveset is really incredible. I don't have anything bad to say about Zhao Yun and the way he's portrayed in Dynasty Warriors.
Man, I mean, this guy's carried the franchise, right? I appreciate his character. This guy's undefeated, bro. I mean, I don't know what else to say about him. And I think for those reasons, he deserves to be in the A tier.
Put him at number 1, baby. Number 1 S tier. You can't tell me that Zhao Yun shouldn't be at the top of the crop, the top of the tree. Easily the definitive Dynasty Warriors character. Amazing moveset after amazing moveset. Design banger after design banger. For the sake of time, he's just the GOAT.
And pretty much like the way how he handles himself, you know, valor, honor, all that stuff. Definitely a good look on him. So, like I said, it's between A and S. You know what? I'll put him as.
Yeah, he's going S tier. I think all those kind of cover art did it for me when I was young. You know, you get the game, you come home, sometimes you can't play right away because you got parents, but you got that cover art. Zhao Yun's the best. Most critiques that looks at Zhao Yun's life during Three Kingdoms, it's like one of the most perfect career path.
I mean, how can you not like Zhao Yun? He is amazing in the games. I love his cutscenes. I really wish they would give him a little bit more, but overall, the character is amazing. He's my second favorite character from the game, so he's obviously going to go straight to the S tier. And then overall for the character, he is the third highest character. He's got the third highest amount of points, and he's going straight into the S tier. A lot of people love Zhao Yun. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next person. Next up, we've got Miss Yueying. And here's what everyone had to say about the inventor herself.
For some reason, ever since I was a kid, one of my all-time favorite characters, like the Juggernauts thing, inventing these weapons and all that was so cool. Movesets, fantastic, old, interesting weapons. So I put her in S tier. She's one of my favorite.
No, she's super cool. S tier. Her movesets are fun. I played as her the most in Dynasty Warriors 6. I think her best design is actually Dynasty Warriors 9. I loved what they did with her in Dynasty Warriors, just helping Zhuge Liang with things, and they made her an inventor. Solid, super solid representation. Don't change her.
I like her design. I like her characterization. She's a loyal wife to Zhuge Liang. Moveset wise, the dagger axe is the best moveset for Yueying, and she's an A tier.
She was a beast in Dynasty Warriors 4. Trying to go through the sneaky way to try and get past the juggernauts to fight her and then eventually make your way up to the main camp was pretty troublesome. And I think that's admirable. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw Yueying in the B category.
I do really like a lot of her movesets. Honestly, I didn't really start vibing with her designs, I think, until 6, but I really liked it. Some of the movesets with the blade bow wasn't super keen on, but when she had that dagger axe, easily one of the greatest, and she's gonna be an A. She's an A. I like her.
I do like her, but I don't use her a lot. I'll probably put her at B tier.
Let's drop her to F. Her moveset's fine. I just think they made her too pretty. Zhuge Liang's this poor refugee kid, marries into this pretty well-connected clan because his wife is ugly. They make her quite good looking in the game, and do not get over that.
Yueying is a cool character. I think she has one of the best female weapons in the game. The dagger axe is amazing. Dynasty Warriors 8, they really refined it because of the EX attacks and all the animations that the game really got. So Yueying for me is going to fall into the A category. And then overall, for the wife of the sleeping dragon, she's going to land at the very high point of the B tier column. Got a lot of high reviews for her, but she was 1 point shy of A. Next up, spinning his way into the battlefield, we've got Mr. Wei Yan. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
I do really like his designs. I like his movesets. I like that he's really the outcast of Shu. It's a cool character for him to have. And so while I think he could be better, I do like his place in the story. And so I would say he goes at the end of B tier.
To be honest, he was more fun to play as in the PS2 game. He's kind of fell off for me in the later games. Let's put him in C tier.
And Wei Yan is one of those characters that portrayed being very, very over the top. So I didn't mind his portrayal that much. Moveset wise, the double-edged spear is a really, really good moveset for him. I'd put him on B.
This guy's a beast. Very underrated character just because literally all of his dialogue is rubbish. I mean, you can't even understand what the guy's saying, but we're not going to hold that against him. We're going to throw him in the B category.
Never was really super crazy about the character. Designs, pretty good. Honestly, the movesets sometimes felt a little all over the place, but as the games kept going on more and more, they started getting better with him, so I'll probably give him a solid B.
As a character, like when he speaks, I know a long time ago I have laughed about it. The double forge weapon is pretty cool. I don't use him often. I put him at C.
Barely could speak, or barely wants to speak, but the way they did the mask, the way they put him as the sort of betrayal character, pretty similar to Romance in my opinion. It just makes him more different. I also like his moveset, very iconic in my mind. Let's put him in S.
Wei Yan for me was a character that I've always enjoyed playing. Muso attacks in the later game, absolutely outstanding. Just a million lightning bolts coming out of the ground. I've always liked the way he looked as well. He's going to land in the A tier. And then overall for the Barbarian himself, he's going to land a little high in this tier. He's going to land kind of towards the B plus tier. And that's all I have for him. Next up, we've got the upbeat Bao Sanniang taking the floor. Here's what everyone had to say about her.
I used to be a ardent Bao hater along with Guan Suo. I used to hate them. I'm like, why are they in this game? I think as time has passed, her moveset's fun. Her design's kind of cute. I'd say she goes at the beginning of D tier.
She almost has like no role in the story. Her designs are all good. Her weapon, her yo-yo weapon was fun to play. Let's put her in like the bottom of C just because her moveset was fun.
Who is she again? What do I think of her? Nothing. F. Put her on F.
Not too familiar with her. She just doesn't have a lot to offer for me. I'm gonna go ahead and throw her in the D category.
I'm gonna be blunt. She's a dumb character. She's so dumb. Like I don't like her. I'll just put her in F.
Not really much a fan. The whole, like she walks out and she has that kitty pose. I'm like, I'll probably put her at F tier.
I just did not like her, and the fact that she's fictional did not help. I put her in F.
Bao Sanniang is not. She's just. I'm never gonna play Bao Sanniang. Not really fun. She doesn't have really any involvement at all. Swooning over Guan Suo all the time. She's gonna drop down into the F category. And overall, because she did receive quite a bit of Fs, she's also going to fall overall into the F category. So hopefully they did, make her a little bit better. Moving over to the villainous strategist himself, Mr. Fa Zheng. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
Fa Zheng is awesome. I love a morally questionable character in Shu. I would say that he goes at the beginning of B tier.
Mr. Thirst Trap himself. He is one of the most unique Shu characters. His movesets are unique. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the funnest, but it's unique, and he's super hot, so let's leave it at that.
Fa Zheng, I do like how Fa Zheng is characterized. Moveset wise, okay. One thing that ruined Fa Zheng for me was in Dynasty Warriors 9, his death scene. I'll put him on B.
Interesting character on how he stumbled upon Shu. I do not like his weapon. I mean, the magic carpet is just not it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and throw him in the D category as well.
Once that hypothetical came out, though, his character truly shined, and I thought that was some of the best showing off of Fa Zheng. In such a short time, I've never felt like loving a character so much. He's easily an S tier for me.
When they had his little, they had the carpet weapon. Like, I thought it was a funny weapon. I would say C tier.
I liked him before. The magic carpet, I had a kick playing him when he had that weapon. But overall, not too bad. Put him in C.
Fa Zheng's an interesting character. He's supposed to be this villainous, evil guy, but I can see them trying to do it. Fa Zheng does not seem to be that villainous. I think he looks fine. For me, he's a D character. And that's all I have for him. Overall, the character is going to be towards the lower end of this category, and he's going to find himself in the B category. Next up, we've got one of the ugliest characters from this game. That's why he covers his face, and that's going to be Mr. Peng Tong. Peng Tong coming in, here's what everyone had to say about him.
Peng Tong, I feel is a very popular character in the Dynasty Warriors community, and I'm no different. I think he's great, and not much needs to be said about him. I think he's an A tier all the way.
His moveset has always been fun, especially around his 8 moveset with the fan. That was also pretty fun. Let's put him in A tier.
Peng Tong has a short run in Dynasty Wars, but I feel like he impacts greatly for Shu. I like Peng Tong's design. Moveset wise, he's okay. I'll put him on B.
Very underrated character. Every time I play Chengdu, I do everything possible to try and save him, but he's an OG. I'm gonna keep him in the B category.
Like character, he's easily one of the most lovable as well. There were times where I thought, oh my god, his design sucks. But then as time went on, I was like, wait a minute, what was I thinking? These are awesome. But I'm gonna give him an A.
They introduce him, but you don't really get that chance to get more of him. His staff weapon, not that crazy about it. Now his moveset, definitely I do like. I'll say D tier.
He looks distinct enough. I felt like he's always been casted kind of aside, a little hermit look. I'll put him in B.
The only reason that he's ranked up in the B column for me is because, I don't hate the character. I like his moveset, kind of. I like the way he looks, kind of. And I think he has a kind of decent role in the game. And then overall for the character, he's towards kind of a little bit of the higher end of this tier. He's going to fall right into the B tier. And then coming up next, we've got another strategist for the Kingdom of Shu, Mr. Zhu Shu. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
He's got really great movesets, really awesome design, but I feel like they're wasted on him. He's around for 2 battles. Wish everything was on someone better. And I'll put him in D tier.
Oh man, the one-hit wonder, bro. I feel like without that moveset, he wouldn't have been as popular. So we talk about one of the best movesets to grace the series, but one of the shortest-lived stories in the entire series. Man, let's put him bottom of B tier.
Shu's moveset in Dynasty Warriors 8 was really, really good. It's one of the best played moveset that I've experienced in the Dynasty Warriors game. Unfortunately, he needs a lot more fleshed out. Because his moveset is really good to play as, I'll put him on B.
Man, this guy's moveset is Assassin's Creed type stuff. I mean, finally they introduced a more quicker moveset. It's undefeated. But I do appreciate his moveset. I'm going to throw him in the C category.
I'm going to be real. I do like the character. I do. But he is only around one time. I personally don't feel like that deserved a playable character slot. I never really vibed too well. I'm gonna give him D tier.
S tier. When I first heard they introduced him, I was excited about it, and I saw how good he was. And it was it makes me want to play him because the sword and hook, and you could do combos with it.
I like his portrayal. He doesn't really get that much screen time, except for some of those middle missions, and he has that Assassin's Creed cloak. Overall, not too bad. I think we can put him in E as well.
I don't have anything against his look. I think his weapon style is absolutely amazing. I am not a big fan of his personality. And even in the hypotheticals, I think they give him a good time to shine a little bit, but even then it's very limited. He's going to land in the C tier. And then overall for the character, Mr. Zhu Shu, the swordsman himself, he's going to land towards the lower end of the B tier. And that's all I have for him. Next up, coming up, we've got Miss Xiahouji. Here's what everyone had to say about her.
Yeah, Xiahouji is going to be our first F tier. I would have liked to be in some of the meeting rooms of when they were deciding to add her into the game.
Put her in F tier. So I don't think she belongs in Dynasty Wars, even though it does bring light to who Zhang Fei is. Man, like we could do without this, without knowing this. Take that out of Dynasty Wars. Get that out of here.
Put her on F. Again, like, why is she there? Why is she in Dynasty Warriors? And if you remove her from the game, it will affect nothing.
Haven't had too much experience with her, but I do think she's notable in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms history. So I'm going to go ahead and put her in the C category.
F. F. Waste. Yeah, no, that character sucks. What is there even to say about the character? She sucks. I don't care for her at all. Waste of a character.
They went with the nice side of what happened and how she, quote unquote, got kidnapped. I'll put her a D.
I think my only experience with her is playing Empires. Put her in F as well.
If you're an avid viewer of my channel, you definitely know how I feel about her. She's going straight to F. I have nothing good to say about this character. Absolutely zero. I don't like anything about this character. I don't know why she's in the game. I don't mind her being in the game, but the way she is now is unacceptable. And then overall for the character, Xiahouji is actually the lowest ranking character on this tier list. She is going straight down into F tier. Hopefully they decide to, just do something. Fix her or get rid of her. One of the two. Next up, we've got the daughter of the God of War, Miss Guan Yinping. Here's what everyone had to say about her.
She had a pretty fun moveset when she first came into the series, but she really didn't stand out that much to me. I think she probably goes right next to Zhang Bao in the D tier.
She's the new poster girl of Dynasty Warriors. They put her everywhere. I think she's pretty endearing, so let's put her in A tier.
Yeah, I'll put her on C, above Zhang Bao. I think she's slightly better than Zhao Bao, but again, it's one of those characters, like, they didn't really do much with her. She's just kind of there, but the idea of her being a character is quite interesting.
I think that she's more ferocious than some of the other female characters, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead and put her in the C category.
Oh, put the spotlight on that girl because she is an S tier for me. Frame 1, grab my heart. She's a great character. I love her monster strength. She's basically your female Zhao Yun. Like, if she was to be the cover girl for a Dynasty game, I could 100% see it.
Not much a fan. I do play her as a character here and there. I just think that maybe they could just add a little more to the story with her. I would definitely say B tier.
Yeah, they gave her a pretty interesting personality, in my opinion. Not much to go on aside from that, so let's put her in B.
Guan Yinping really grew on me. I think her personality in Dynasty Warriors 9 was actually done really, really well. Her weapon style is not going to be one that I play. She's going to be an A tier character for me. Then overall, for Guan Yinping for this list, she's going to fall towards kind of the middle of the B tier, and that's all I have for her. Moving on to her brother, Mr. Guan Xing. I guess one of her brothers. Guan Xing. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
Just, they don't really stand out. I get why they're in there, but they should be a little bit different. As it stands, I think Guan Xing, I'd say, probably goes behind Guan Yinping because I dislike his moveset the most.
He didn't get to do much, he didn't get to. He had one Muso attack where he used the actual Crescent Blade, Moon Blade, and that was super cool, but ultimately he didn't do much. So let's put him in C, bottom of C.
He's one of the characters, like, he has the same problem as Zhang Bao. It's like, I get what Koei is trying to do with this character, but they just really don't show a lot of him. Not to mention, I'm not too crazy with his movesets as well. So put him next to Zhang Bao at C.
I don't respect Guan Xing as much as I do Guan Ping, but Guan Xing has been featured in a lot of Dynasty Warriors games. A little late to the party, but definitely still a renowned character. I'm going to throw him in the C category.
Maybe they just need more games and more time to develop the character. He's probably going to be next to Zhang Bao in C tier. I think the movesets are cool. I like his designs in the games too. I feel like, in my personal opinion, he's one of the least interesting of the brothers, in my personal opinion.
Like I said, with the with the kids, with the second generation, you don't get as much. I put him at D tier.
Not too much to say about the son. I think Guan Xing is okay. I think Guan Xing we can probably put him in C.
And then for me, might be an unusual pick. I totally understand. But Guan Xing's actually going to be an A tier character for me. I like Guan Xing in the games. I don't like him in Dynasty Warriors 9. But in Dynasty Warriors 8, I thought he was a really cool character. I liked his wing blades. I liked what he stood for. I liked his calm demeanor. Overall, the character is going to be towards the higher end of the C category. And that's all I have for Mr. Guan Xing. Now, moving on to potentially the favorite of the children, we've got Mr. Guan Ping. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
I think Guan Ping is a really cool character because he's kind of supposed to be the next generation, and that doesn't happen. Love the giant sword weapon. So I would say, for me, he goes definitely in the B tier.
It's tragic what they did to him post 7 and up, or to be honest 6 too, but he had one of the best movesets in his debut. I think he embodies being Guan Yu's son the most. I think he is A tier.
Out of the Guan characters, he's easily the best one. Like his moveset with the in Dynasty Warriors 5 or Dynasty Warriors 7, I feel like Dynasty Warriors 5 is the better moveset for him. I'll put him on A because I think he's a really good character.
I did appreciate his great sword, even though it's kind of cumbersome. I think it works well, and I'm going to throw him in the B category.
I thought his 5-wep moveset was easily still his greatest. Designs, great. He just seemed like a pretty just cool, young, like badass Guan Yu in a way. I'll put him at A.
Guan Ping has been there since, pretty much he's old school. I'll definitely put him at A.
He's the one that I feel like it's out of the sons, probably my favorite one. Put him at B with his sister.
And then for me, Guan Ping's a cool character. I think his best iteration in the game was Dynasty Warriors 5. Dynasty Warriors 6 he was okay, but the later games, he's alright. He's just an alright character for me. But he's going to land in the B tier for me. And then overall, Guan Ping is going to barely squeak into this category. He just had just enough points to get in, and that's going to be the A tier for Mr. Guan Ping. Then the last of the Guan children, we've got Guan Suo. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
I like him more than the rest of the kids, simply because I think his addition in 7 was really good, because there's a cutscene with him at the end and he's the only survivor, and it has potential. I would at least put him in the C tier.
I don't like he took away Ling Tong's moveset from him. Let's put him in F tier. Even in 7, when he had all the spotlight to him, he didn't do much. He didn't do anything, at least.
Guan Suo's role in Dynasty Warriors is to remind the audience every 5 seconds that his father is Guan Yu. Guan Suo is probably the worst one, so put him on F.
I did not really like how they made him. I feel like all of the sons of Guan Yu, Gods of War, should be a little bit more stronger. I did appreciate the nunchuck, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw him up there in the C category.
He feels like your typical anime protagonist boy, which also doesn't help the fact that he has a fangirl with him as well. If it wasn't for his character just being so unoriginally boring, I'd put him higher, but I'm gonna have to leave him at the D tier as well.
And he had the Sabatons. I thought that it was pretty cool. It's like, I guess to me, it's like you're not getting much from him. I'll say F tier.
And then we have Guan Suo, who I hated. So let's put him in F as well. He's also fictional, so I'm okay with this.
For me personally, Guan Suo is a character that I don't necessarily mind. I don't have anything against the character. He looks fine. I think his nunchucks are cool, but he's just average, and he's going to land into the C category. And then overall for the character, he did receive quite a bit of Fs. He received enough love to at least bump him up one more tier into the D category. And then moving on to their father, we've got Mr. Guan Yu. Here's what everyone had to say about the God of War.
Cool character, cool design. I think personally I'd put him in the B tier.
Super iconic. He's in Fortnite. He's in League of Legends. He's in Smite. He's in the Asian supermarket by my house. His only hit against his record is he's super arrogant. He's fun to play. Put him in bottom of S tier. If it wasn't like Ma Chao or Zhao Yun I was playing as in the PS2 games, it was probably Guan Yu.
I like his character. I have never had any problems in any game. Guan Yu is a character, just like Xiahouji, just like Cao Cao, you cannot have Dynasty Warriors without Guan Yu. So, the reserve S.
Not much to say about this guy. I mean, pretty sure China made a statue of him at some point. He's certainly S tier.
He's super fun. I also don't think this man's had a bad look to him. I think he's one of the coolest characters in Shu. He'll stay behind Ma Chao, but he's easily an S tier.
You know, he's definitely strong, definitely loyalty and respect. I'll put Guan Yu at A.
Such a distinctive figure. Like, I knew of Guan Yu before I knew of Three Kingdoms. We'll put him in S. Like, culturally speaking, he's just up there.
And then for me personally, Guan Yu's an okay character. He's not a character that I would run to play. His weapon style is cool. I think he was at his peak in Dynasty Warriors 5, but for the most part, he's just an above average character. He's gonna land at B for me. And then overall, for the God of War himself, squeaking his way into the S tier, definitely a lot of love for the character, and that's all I have for the God of War. Next up, we have the last member of the 5 Tiger Generals, one of the oldest members of the game. We've got Huang Zhong. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
Huang Zhong, I think, is a cool character. His standoff and his battles with Xiahouji are cool, really memorable. Just based off that alone, I'd put him in the B tier.
I think ever since 7, his bow moveset kind of deteriorated over the years. Oh, actually, his 9 moveset, his DLC moveset is pretty fun. Killed Zhao Yun. He's one of the 5 Tiger Generals, despite his age. Let's put him in, A tier.
Yeah, I like archer characters and I like grandpa characters. So his best weapon, in my opinion, is his Dynasty Warriors 9 weapon. His DLC weapon, Dynasty Warriors 9. So he's an A character.
Very underrated character in my opinion. I actually really appreciate Huang Zhong. I don't think that many people talk about him enough. For as old as he is, he can still kick it, man. He's certainly in the A category for me.
A tier. Really do have like a weird like for the older warriors. It helps them like stand out more. Movesets really great. I don't think I've seen a design that I've hated really all that much.
See, like, when it comes to me and the Warriors games, I actually like using both characters. Yeah, so, like, pretty much the same as Xiahouji. You could say, like, the Grandmaster of the bow. I'll put him at A tier.
The old man of the group. Not going to be your favorite 5 Tiger, but probably your least favorite 5 Tiger if you're normal. Let's put him in B.
Huang Zhong's a fine character. I think he's just fine. I like the battle that he has with Xiahouji. I thought he's always had a good look. His voice acting's always been really good. So he's going to land at the B category. And then overall for the old man himself, he's going to find himself in the lower end of the A category. Next up, moving on to the beacon of benevolence himself, Mr. Jiang Wei. He loves his benevolence. Let's see what everybody thinks about that.
I think what some people should do is look at Jiang Wei like he is an absolute maniac and a psychopath. I think if you look at him from that way, like he's a villain, I think he becomes such an amazing character. Because I look at him that way, I think that he's an A tier character.
So despite the controversy, I actually really do like Jiang Wei. He really drove the fight for benevolence, carry on the legacy, and his moveset is fun. Put him in top of A tier.
You know, I have this conspiracy theory about Jiang Wei. What if he was the secret agent from Wei to destroy Shu from within? I'm not a big fan of him as a character. His moveset is okay, but considering his importance in the story, so I'm giving him a B.
Jiang Wei, very controversial take here. I really like Jiang Wei. He's the one that I got to test out the moveset with since Ma Chao was always taken by my boys. I'm going to throw him in the B category.
Oh, it's going to be probably very controversial. I don't know how people feel about Zhang Wei, but he's an S tier for me. Some of his older designs I didn't really vibe with too much. Really love the twin-bladed trident. Zhang Wei was easily my favorite character to play as in Dynasty Warriors 9, 100%. I love him.
Oh, not only he's strong, but he's tactful as well. You can definitely respect the whole benevolence thing. You hear while playing, you hear him say it's like, okay, that's one annoying. I'll put him at C tier.
I'm okay with him as a character. I just hate his English voice acting. He always sounded like a very annoying little boy. Let's put him in C.
He's a good character. I think I like him. I like his weapon style. His weapon style is among my favorite. His weapon I usually attach to my creative character. Personality-wise, I think he's okay. Benevolence Boot Camp was rough for him. But for the most part, he's going to land in the A category for me because of his weapon style. And then overall for the character, Mr. Jiang Wei finds himself towards the higher end of the B category, just shy of the A tier. Next up, we're moving on to the Patriarch, one of the original founders of one of the Three Kingdoms, Mr. Liu Bei. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
He's fine, nothing special. I think I want to make sure that he's probably right in the middle of the pack here, so I'd say he goes in the front of C tier.
His never give up attitude, always being the underdog, and then always rising back up to the top. Movesets are always fun to play as the twin swords, especially when he got that. Let's put him in bottom of A tier.
S character. Easy S for me. I do like his story from rags to riches. Gameplay wise, he's good. The twin swords is the best moveset for him.
I grew up thinking Liu Bei was a savior, turned his back against his family. I don't know how I feel about that. And Liu Bei concealed a lot of the things that he really meant in the name of benevolence. And so I'm going to go ahead and throw Liu Bei in the C category.
I mean, I like him more than Sun Quan at least. Moveset-wise, he was great. I didn't like the decline for designs for me happened when he lost his iconic mustache goatee combo. I'll give him a B tier.
Back in the day, I definitely like playing Liu Bei. I like him as a character, like how he plays, but also the twin swords as well, which was like definitely fun as well. I'll put him in S tier.
I think it's the same problem as Cao Cao, just even back when earlier Dynasty Warrior, when they didn't have a lot of characters, I just find myself never really wanting to play the leader. Going to put him in B as well.
Liu Bei's he's an okay character. I don't have anything against the character. I think he had one of the better Musos from the leaders in the earlier games. Twin Swords are cool too. He's always had really good Muso. He's gonna land in the B category. And then overall, similar to the last one, Mr. Liu Bei is going to end up in the higher end of the B category. And that's all I have for him. Moving over to his son, Mr. Liu Shan. Here's what everyone had to say about Ado.
He's something on the surface, kind of maybe a simpleton. I think if you look a little bit deeper, there's some other aspects to his character, like he's acting like that on purpose or trying to do what's best. And so I think that's very interesting. I'd put him at least in the C tier.
No. Okay, let's put him in bottom of D tier. Reason being, I think he's necessary to the showing the fall of Shu. His movesets never really hit with me.
Liu Shan is being overrated because he's like, yes, like there's some aspect of him that you can't get by. He was an incompetent emperor, but at the same time, I can't help but feel sorry for him. I would say he's very misunderstood. He belongs in A.
Another controversial take. I actually appreciate Liu Shan. I thought he did what he could. I thought he honestly inherited quite a bit of catastrophe. I don't like his rapier moveset, but I like the idea of a character for Liu Shan. So I'm going to throw him at the first spot in the C tier.
The only time I didn't like playing as Liu Shan is when he got that bench. Do like that he has his father in him. However, there was a lot of times where it seemed like he still had like a vision to him all around, and I really like his designs and everything. I'm gonna put him at A.
Liu Shan, I'll probably put D tier.
He has that whole emperor look, which is fine, distinct in its own way, and then we'll just put him as C.
I do feel bad for the character. I know he's put into a situation where he didn't really want to be in. Doesn't take away from the fact that the character is just not fun to play. He looks okay. I mean, I don't have anything against the look. He's going to land into the D category for me. And then overall for the character, Mr. Liu Shan, he did get a couple of higher rankings for him. So he's going to land actually right dab smack in the middle of the C category. Just an average ranking for Mr. Liu Shan. Next up, we've got Liu Shan's wife slash bodyguard, Miss Xingcai. Here's what everyone had to say about her.
Xingcai, I think, is an interesting character just because when you look at her from the older games and her debut, she's a completely different character. I think it's cool, the bodyguard thing. Movesets are always pretty cool. I think she's middle of the pack for me. I'll probably put her in C tier.
Never had a problem with her moveset. She's always been fun to play as. I think 7, they really show her personality more. I think she's probably my favorite character in late Shu. Put her in S tier.
I put Xingcai next to Liu Shan because, again, they just go hand in hand together. I like her moveset. I like her appearance. He's one of the better new generation characters. I feel like she's the only person that Liu Shan can talk to.
Out of all the female characters, she probably has the coolest moveset. At least dating back to whenever they had her with the shield and the pipe. She's kind of a better version of her father. And I'm going to go ahead and put her right in front of her cousin, Guan Ping, on the B tier.
She's definitely going to be right next to Guan Ping, right after Guan Ping in A tier. Whether she had the pitchfork moveset, whether she had the sword and shield. Overall, I just think she's the definitive child of Zhang Fei in terms of everything, moveset, power, game, everything.
I like Xingcai. I feel like in 5 they gave her a little more personality, but now it's like, oh, she's a bodyguard, she take things seriously. I put her B tier.
Yeah, she has that fencing saber plus shield look, pretty fierce. Let's put Xingcai as B.
She's an okay character. She's never really been a character I wanted to play. I think in Dynasty Warriors 7 and on, her personality's nice, so she's going to be in the C category for me. And then overall for the character, she lands towards the higher end of this category. She's going to land in the B category, and that's all I have for Miss Xingcai. Moving on to the Sleeping Dragon, Mr. Zhuge Liang. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
Zhuge Liang, I think, you know, really one of the most iconic characters from the game. Always perfect, though. But I think he's pretty cool. I'd probably put him, say, B tier.
In every game, he's fun to play as with the laser beams and the wind gusts. Put him below Cao Cao.
S character, definitely. This guy carried Shu behind his back. The moment Zhuge Liang died, Shu went down to the toilet.
If it wasn't for this man, Shu would be nothing. He's undefeated. No one has surmounted this guy. Zhuge Liang, S tier.
Again, I don't think he's had a bad design. I've really liked his character a lot, honestly, as time went on, when I started to do more of his stories and everything. I really do like the War Fan, no matter what game it was in. I'm gonna put him above Yueying at least in the A tier.
Three Kingdoms plan, I actually like that, respect that as well. Zhuge Liang, S tier.
Yeah, he has that iconic look and the fan weapon, laser beams. It's all quite good. I think we're gonna have to put him as S.
Zhuge Liang's been a character I've never been a fan of any of the fan weapons. He looks great, and you gotta respect the fact that he made the plan for the Three Kingdoms. In the games, he's not a character I'm gonna want to use. So for me, he's going to land in the B category. And then overall for the character, Mr. Zhuge Liang, he ends up strategizing his way up to the top. And he's going to land himself in the S tier. And then finally, the last member of the Shu family, one of the newest members from the Shu family, we've got Mr. Zhou Cang. Here's what everyone had to say about him.
I think Zhou Cang is a character that I kind of scratch my head a little bit about why he was added. I think he has some potential as a character. I don't even love his moveset, really. I don't think they lean enough into his bandit roots. I think I gotta put him in the F tier.
Oh, hell no. Okay, yeah, let's put him in the bottom of F tier. So Liao Hua and Zhou Cang are supposedly recruited by Guan Yu, and the fact they chose Zhou Cang instead so polarizes me to this day. Like, I don't know.
He's one of the characters who feel like he's just there. I'll put him on D.
I have a preference for yellow turbans, and this is where this man made his name. But I do think he's a pretty cool character. I really like his design, and I really like his moveset. I'm going to go ahead and put him in the B tier.
Weirdly enough, found him pretty fun in All-Stars. Don't find him fun in 9. Don't care for the character at all. He is a Guan Yu fanboy. I don't care. He F.
Zhou Cang, I'll put him at D.
I don't particularly like the look they gave him, the hat. The hat just doesn't look right for this time period. Let's put him as C.
He's an average character. He's going to go into the C tier for me. I liked his personality. I liked his inclusion, and I like that he fits his role. And then overall for the character, Mr. Zhou Cang is going to land himself towards, I guess, the higher end of the D tier. And that's all I have for the Kingdom of Shu. So we got Wei done. We've got Shu done. We've got technically 2 more videos left. Then we will have this tier list complete. Hope you guys are enjoying it, seeing all the different content creators come in, weigh their options, weigh in on their opinions, and just tell why they like certain characters. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, definitely appreciate a like, comment, or subscribe. That's all I have, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Wu is up next, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone.